Oh, it's easy, mate.
We're rolling, are we? We're back for the second half, and Ronnie's just getting the cigarettes ready for the second half. And umpire McMaster has the ball in the middle to start the third term. 10-6-66 Bell Post Hill, 5-6-36 Werribee Central's 30 points of difference. As we start the third term, Vilchins and Illick go up again. Vilchins the big right fist towards Matheson, who comes from centre half forward. Bartolo can't pick the ball up. It's going to be a little bit greasy out there now. We've had a bit of rain during the half-time interval. It's still in the middle, and the umpire will have to come in now and have a secondary bounce. And the wind has dropped a little. But there's probably still 2 or 3 goals in it for Bell Post Hill, who are kicking with it in this third term. Bounce down. Ellick and Vilchins with the big fist. Comes towards Barry Delaney. Just a quick kick off one step. Goes towards Spicer. Cameron Carr. Big thump away. Scooter and Hennessy can't trap it. Nathan Lewis can't either. Pushed off the ball, tried to play for the free kick. Then Hennessy, the call from the crowd, but there's no free kick. Still in the middle of the ground. Illick now, little tap back towards Scooter, who runs back at half back now. Has to kick quickly and does so. Wall and also coming out Cossack, wrapped up by Adrian Hart, picked up and by Cunningham. The blind turn, handball, not effective towards Vilchins. Handball back to Scooter, so he'll have a second go, but his kick smothered. Now to Hennessy, handball over the top, sets Buchanan up. Cameron Carr, back to Scooter, third kick in 30 seconds, goes towards Cossack. Tap out is good too, clever towards Sean Lewis. Tries to go towards his brother, picked up by Harton. No, he can't. Illick does, the big man, then he's wrapped up. Still in the middle of the ground, we haven't moved out yet, but now we can. Barry Delaney, short towards Vilchins, handball, back to Delaney, ran through. Scooter had him and then lost him. Short little kick across centre half forward to Spicer. He can run on quickly, go long, but then goes towards Luddick, and a good lead, good kick.
Yeah, that was a lovely pass. It was a really purposeful, a low trajectory drop punt, and just about bursting the bladder out of the ball as it plunged into the chest of Luke Luddick. Lovely football.
You'd think, Stewie, that Luddick would also be in the Edgar sort of case, wouldn't he? He'd have to do a little bit more in the forward line, wouldn't he, in the second half?
Yeah, he's...
Oh, come on, you kicked 2 goals.
No, I'm just saying, though, but he's one of their focal points. If they can get it to him, he has to do a little bit more, and he's done it. Yeah, that's right.
He's the type of player, though. He's not going to go out and get 30, 40 possessions in a game.
He's sitting in the bloody forward pocket.
They definitely do rely heavily on him. I think he's... I don't know, I'd like to see, with Werribee down a little bit, I'd like to see Luddick probably half-forward flank, maybe on a wing.
That's a good call.
Get into the play a little bit more. We know you're going to lose probably a goal or 2 from him up in the forward pocket, but if the ball's not getting up there, he's a great player to have that's standing around not doing a hell of a lot. But as I said, he's got 3 on the board now, and you can't probably ask for a hell of a lot more than that when you're 4 or 5 goals down.
Well, 1 minute into the third and vital quarter, brought to us by APCO Easy Shops in and around Geelong. North Geelong, East Geelong, Newcombe, and of course, sunny Bowen Heads.
I don't think it'll be too sunny down there this afternoon.
The sun always shines at Bowen Heads.
Back in the centre, Illick and Vilchins now. They both stand. Vilchins a big left fist towards Matheson. Barry Delaney tries to kick off the ground. Walls over the top of the ball for the Bell Post. Still works very hard.
Great work, Wally.
Yeah, he worked very hard at the bottom of the pack. Umpire McMaster to come in and bounce the ball down.
Very impressed with Wally's second and third efforts today. I mean, he's
clearly best on ground.
At this stage, just no worries. Definitely. Without a doubt.
Bounce down, Vilson's, left-hander, good work, but guess what? There's Wally. Good boy, Wally goes off the carpet, out there to the Buff. Buff can't pick it up. Good work there from Hennessy. Puts Hart under a bit of pressure. Wally nearly pushed him into the fence, accidentally, of course. But he's okay. And we'll have a bounty throw in. Members side, half-forward flank. And the Centurions into attack.
They are Illick and Vilchins again for the ruck contest. And Delaney in front with Edgar. Vilchins. Illick does well. Bit of a second tap there too. Slade Hennessy though chops it off. Left foot around the corner. Buchanan can't take the mark. Matheson. Buchanan still keeps it in front of him. Good handball. Then sets Spicer up though. Carr, good tackle. Matty Lewis and Luddick going back at it. Getting away. Brendan Christensen for the safety of the boundary line. And he's going to find it.
Bit of poise from the old timer.
Yes, bit of experience shown there from Brendan Christensen.
Yes, it was a bit congested, wasn't it? They had really nowhere to go on that occasion, and probably that was the safest bet.
Kept his heads.
Boundary thrown again. Illick and Vilchins. Vilchins in front. Illick at the back. Second tap again. McClure on hands and knees, crawling after it. Nathan Lewis puts Cook under pressure. Gets a kick away though. Cunningham stands. Now he can direct the ball across the ground. The lead from Matheson. Brendan Christensen against him just gives him a little bit of a nudge. Leads in the race to the ball. McClure with him, and also on the ground was Buchanan. But it's going to be another boundary thrown on the opposite side of the ground now. Inside 50. with the Werribee Central side attacking.
Big quarter this one, as you said, Jason. The wind has dropped off a little bit. You don't know what it's going to do in 20, 30 minutes time from now. Maybe when the rain does clear off, it could blow up again. So this is a very important period here.
Christensen through the pack there. Good handball, Bartolo. Standing start, goes towards the wing. Oh, Cunningham was running back there. Drysdale stood his ground and then still couldn't take the mark. Cunningham ended up with the ball. Goes long. Coming out, Kochevatkin. Oh, takes a good mark.
They can get a couple on the board here. Yeah. I think Werribee, they'll put themselves back into the contest. Probably the main thing with that is that all of a sudden it puts a bit of pressure back on Belpo still, and then they've maybe got to look at possibly making a few changes. So, it's, as I said, it's a very critical period here. I mean, either side won't want to see the opposition get away to too much of an advantage.
Adam Kochevatkin comes in, and I think he might have just missed to the near side. He has one behind.
Interesting kicking style, hasn't he, for a full forward?
He has. Very interesting, yes. Sort of drops it on the ball, on the foot, Warwick Kappa style, doesn't he?
It's scary, actually.
6-7-43, Werribee Central's bell post still 10-6-66. Kick in, over Cook's head and also out towards the boundary line. The two Lewis boys, Sean and Nathan. Sean shepherds for Nathan, but then working very hard there at the bottom of the pack for Werribee Central's was Craig Darlow, and a free kick found.
Careful.
I think I might have liked to see it the other way around. I think that possibly Buff would have been better off doing the shepherding there and letting the lighter framed Louis back through, and they could have won it. They lost the ball 2-on-1, so that's a great effort for Werribee Centrals.
Free kick found to the other Lewis Matthew in the back pocket, and in fact it's going to go to Christensen now.
They're everywhere, aren't they?
They are. And Brendan Christensen now in the last line of defence for Bellpost Hill. Measures the pass beautifully to Nathan Lewis. There's another one on the half-back flank. They're everywhere. Watch him look for Sean. Also Stossick up the ground as well. Play on now from half-back. Goes long towards Hancock and Wally.
No.
In front, Sean. There's another one. There's a Lewis running through. Gets a kick away. Is okay too. Hancock, if he can meet the ball but spice up. Good work there. Pace can pick it up, threw it out towards Darren Hart there, but it's okay. Delaney, Hanson in there, good handball. Edgar at the front of the pack. Gets a quick kick away towards centre half forward. Matheson all coming. Batty with the fist. Great work because McClure had fallen over. He's fallen over again. Vilchins out the handball to Matheson. Can handball over the top to Luddick, but he elects to kick the goal. And I think he's just pushed it through, has he? He has. So Matheson's second goal. He could have handballed over the top to Luddick, but he steadied and kicked the goal, and well, Werribee seventh, and they start the third quarter in great fashion.
Right option with the wet ball, I think, Jason. Every time you've got to try and dispose of the ball when it's wet, you've A, got to give it to the player in the right manner, and then B, you've got to take control of it once you do get it. So no, that was well thought of and well played by Matheson, who's pushing fairly deep into the forward line earlier on in this quarter. 17
points of difference on the APCO Easy Shop third quarter scoreboard. Werribee Central 7-7-49. Bellpost till 10-6-66.
Back to the centre, Vilsons and Illick do battle. Early stages of the third and vital quarter. Darlow gets the tap out in front of D. Cook. Looky, here comes Wally. Wally Wall up to half foot. Good work. Now the Stos. Hell without the football. And the second best on ground gets another possession.
Geez, you're not giving you 3-2-1 early enough, are you, Ron?
Stoss, left foot kick. It's a long bomb. The lead. Could have made it 2, Feldman, but stopped. Tapped over the top. Oh, here comes tantalising Tommy. But he's dropped her on that occasion. Too tantalising on that occasion, and it's gone out of bounds.
He will love that on Monday night at the Western. I can just see him sitting there now. Tantalising Tommy. He loves you anyway, so he loves you more now. Unbelievable. Boundary throw in at half forward for the Panthers. They're still in front, 17 points. Haven't added to their their half-time score. Throw in, Illick in front. Vilchins from behind, goes towards Wall and Barry Delaney. Falls to the back of the pack. Delaney works very hard but can't take the ball with him. Cook, just a little toe poke. Darlow straight through without the footy, but then got it and picked it up. Right foot kick into the centre. McClure in front of Matheson. Yeah, good mark, McClure. Done pretty well against Matheson this afternoon.
Yes, has played a fine defensive role. Little chip outside, good footy. Cameron Carr making a position.
Yeah.
Play on, he does. Good footy there to the run of Christensen. Oh, he's got a loose man out wide. And he spotted him too. Good work.
Oh,
black a talk.
Drysdale, doesn't matter. Good footy there to Feldman. Put your glasses down. He's popped it through for a point.
Yeah, I think both sides at critical times when they've made forward thrust, they've probably taken the scoring's going to come there for granted. That little bit of finishing in the communication side has probably they let their sides down. Both sides have been guilty of it, and it's probably the time when it's most important that they do the talking, they do give the support.
Poor kick in from Buck there. Edgar was able to keep it in before a free kick, but it only goes as far as David Wall goes with the left boot. Feldman and Cosick back there. Feldman stays on the ground, but it doesn't fall to him. Bartolo straight through. Kick smothered by Galauka. Sensational from him, and he can run away. Good play, Mickey. Goes towards the wing. Hennessy and Darlow. Darlow, good thump on, but there was nobody there for Werribee. Getting back there. Lockie. Can he pick it up? Yes, he can. Back to Matty Lewis. Puts him under pressure, though. In there again, Cook, and also in there for Werribee was Harton. Slipping over Carr at the crucial stage, but Luddick fell over as well and gave him another chance. Spicer threw it back towards Luddick and Hennessy. Hennessy now. Christensen went at the ball. Goes long. Matheson a long way away from McClure and took an easy mark.
Yeah, had to sit, and it's all tested now, the big left footer. He can kick right, though. He's ambidextrous, this boy.
Well, you think he pop it through then? Pretty confident?
It's home.
No, he's going to kick with his left.
It's a goal.
Straight through the middle too. So Matheson kicks his third goal, and well,
we have a ball game.
Luddick and Matheson in the forward line have been the dominant pairing in this third quarter. We've been going 4 minutes, and they're back in the match. The Centrals 8-7-55. Bell Post still 10-7-67. 12 points difference on the APCO Easy Shop third quarter scored. And our special comments expert man Stuart Scott said at half time that the game was certainly not over by a long margin, and Werribee have certainly proven that right.
Yes, they certainly have, and well, they've always got a lot of character at the Werribee Centrals boys.
A bit of difference. Werribee seem to be they're getting value for their opportunities, where Belpo still, like Worley's driven the ball into the forward line a few times, and they just haven't really got the result they desired.
Vilchin stands his ground, takes the ball out of the ruck, goes towards Buchanan, so things just falling into place for Werribee here. He's on 50 and takes the mark on the outer side, wants to move it along quickly, goes long, short, now towards Carr. He was going to go towards Luddick.
A long short
bomb goes to Carr in the end. He goes towards Hancock. Harton getting across there. Good hands too to Cunningham. Little kick measured it to Edgar, running past. Darlow has to be quick. Drysdale is coming at him. Good measure with a kick over the back. Matheson and Luddick. Matheson, the big man. Oh, good pick up. And kicks the goal. And, well, they've stopped the Hells.
Worrying signs for Belpo still here. As I said a little bit earlier, if Werribee could get a couple on the board and all of a sudden put the pressure back on Belpo still, now they've got to try and answer the challenge, and possibly a couple of moves might come from the bench. I mean, you can't afford to let things just roll along for too long and hope the players turn it around, because before you know it, Werribee take control of the game and it's probably too late to make too many moves. So I'm not necessarily saying there's got to be moves to be made or where they're going to be made, but it's certainly got to be looked at before the game goes on too much.
I don't know whether the players have made this decision or not, but Batty has come to centre-half back and McClure to full-back. Didn't see the run around.
Edgar from the ruck contest traps the ball, goes to the outer side wing. Sean Lewis and Hanson. Lewis tried to tap it backwards, and he did so towards Drysdale and Cook. Cook just a standing start kick towards Bernardo and Stosic, and Bernardo takes the mark inside defensive 50. Uses Gareth Buck on the overlap, goes towards the wing. Batty in front of Matheson, and Batty sees it over the boundary line.
I think they're obviously a little bit worried with Matheson there, so they've brought Batty down to close out Matheson. But I don't think he was doing quite enough damage to warrant that. Batty's doing a great job at fullback, and what you've got to be a little bit careful of now is that both the centre half forward and full forward don't get on top.
Vilchins gets a tap out. Wall in there, working hard, handball to nobody in particular. Running through there was Cunningham. Also Barry Delaney. He dropped the ball, but he got the kick away, but it goes towards Hancock and Morley. Left foot kick back towards centre half forward Matheson, and getting back there. Christensen can't take the mark. Batty just gets it out little to Cookie. He gets wrapped up though, and the numbers are there for Werribee. Delaney, a fresh air shot. Darlow in there, worked hard. Delaney just slaps it forward to nobody in particular. Scooter and Sean Lewis work hard also. Cook now runs through without the footy. No free kick still. Harton gets it out. Batty off the ground. Good. Out to the wide open spaces. Race on, but the boundary line is going to beat Drysdale and Hanson for another boundary thrown on the outer side wing.
Yeah, things just aren't going. Belpo's still away at the moment. Their options aren't coming. I mean, players, pressure, Wall, handballing to no one in particular. Hadn't called that all day.
No, we mentioned earlier in the first quarter, I still think that the wind has dropped down a little bit, but I think I still like to see Feldman at least up on a flank, maybe having a bit of a run on the ball. It's he's obviously one of their better players in the side. He finishes well. He's very aggressive, and I think they are lacking that a little bit at this stage.
They certainly are, as the ball's still at half forward now for Werribee. And there's been a throw picked out. I think you'll find it's going to go against a defender for Belpo's Till, and Darren Harton now will drive the Centurions into attack.
Goes up long towards Matheson. Rove by Christensen. He's got Lewis at the front of the pack, can use him. And now he goes. He's got Hancock wide, who was just about to come off the ground, but he keeps going. Lewis shepherded by Wall. He keeps going, taps it on the ground again. He's on the wing. Goes long, but to nobody in particular. Cossack runs back with it. He interferes with Hart. Adrian Hart will take it. Play on advantage. Gareth Buck from full back can run away. Draws Bartolo. Goes long. The good kick too towards Luddick. Luddick over the back. Matty Lewis. Scooter keeps his feet. Spice is there. Edgar as well. Oh, wrapped up. That's dropping the ball. Lewis. No free kick play on the call. Hennessy, he's wrapped up as well. That's dropping the ball. He has to pay a free kick, the umpire. He's put the whistle away. And I think the umpire's getting a little bit tired.
Get on with the game, Wolf. Don't worry about it, mate. Get on with the game.
Where was the free kick? Stroth.
Which one?
Oh, exactly. Which one? There's half a dozen the umpire McMaster could have picked out. Boundary throw in. Illick and Vilchins. Cook over the back. Does the Stuart Scott over the back of the pack with a ruck contest. Bartolo on hands and knees. Kick off the ground by Illick. Darlow. Little quick throw to Darren Harton towards Buchanan. And Buchanan takes the mark at centre half forward. You do that a lot, Stewie, don't you, over the back of the pack?
Bit more effective, though.
Buchanan's been called on the ball.
Yep, Buchanan goes towards the lead of Darlow. Johnny Drysdale in front. Buchanan comes at him. Drysdale taps it to the advantage of Christensen. Illick Harton, who's come into it in this third quarter, gives it back to Morley. Left foot kick. Oh, Buchanan.
He's been a bit of a live wire this quarter, Buchanan. Yeah. I was going to suggest that perhaps he should go down to full forward, but he's given him a lot of drive on the half forward line there.
Well, they've finally paid a free kick for holding the ball. Cook looks like he's going to centre half forward. Stossick to full forward and Feldman onto the ball.
And we'll probably get immediate results.
Kick towards Feldman. There you go. The lead out from the wing. Feldman takes it at half back. Kicks along towards Cook and Buck. Cook in front. Tapped it on.
Well
good
done.
tap on to Jurek. Jurek now. Can he keep it in? No, he can't. It's going to be out. But that was a very intelligent play from the coach there. Just to tap it on. He had the extra play, but Jurek couldn't keep it in. And Bernardo's still on Stossick now, and Gareth Buck has moved up the ground to pick up Cook. Illick and Vilchins. Vilchins tries to thump it long. He can't do so. Drysdale just to kick underneath towards Wall. Shepherded by Stossick now. Wall, can he have the pace? He goes at it. Can he pick it up? No, he can't. Kick off the ground by Brad Spicer. Safety to boundary line for the Centurions there at half back.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate, Wall.
Good to see Wally there. I mean, Bernardo's come over and had a bit of a go at him, and Wally's, he hasn't walked away from the situation. He's just let Bernardo know that he's obviously here to win the game.
Well, in this time, Wilson's has started to wear down Illick. But at ground level low, we've got an opportunity here. Boys. And Tommy Sveljek and
Galaka. Oh, and the runner's into it. And the runner's into it.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah, I don't think he should be in there. The umpire's done the right thing. It's play on.
Back to the footy. Christensen's got it centre half forward. Measured it to Stossick. Ooh. Can't take the mark. Gareth Buck can. Kicks it towards Spicer. And the emergency umpire, Feldman, can't keep it in. And it's going to be out of bounds.
It's very interesting now. The umpires have got to get on top of the situation pretty quick. I'll let that play go. I'd have that runner off the ground straight away.
Yeah, it's interesting.
The important thing here is the sides, either side that settles quickly here. A quick goal for Belbo still would be a quick way to answer that.
The umpire's just sorting things out. Okay, let's get back to the footy.
Well, that's a good decision by the umpire. He hasn't done a damn thing. That's great. Cook in front, pushed it to the front. Feldman, Hart, goes towards Delaney at half back, runs away from the defence, goes towards the wing. Hennessy, over the back car, stood his ground. And tell me, how do the umpires expect to get any respect when they don't make any decisions? That's bloody unbelievable. Into the centre, Drysdale goes towards Jurek and Lewis. They've got a couple of players here. Handball to Christensen, going to get wrapped up, but he gets around. Good handball back to Sean Lewis. Finish it off, kid. He's done it too. Jeez, a bit of poise about the youngster.
I think there's a bit of a saying there, Jason. If you're not sure what to do, do nothing. And unfortunately, umpires do that too often. They take the easy option.
I mean, the runners come on and just, I don't know what happened.
It's in the middle with Darlow and Christensen again, so they've got to get control. They've got to make a decision.
Look at him. He'll run halfway out and then come back. He won't do a thing.
Well, Apco as he shot third, vital and fiery quarter of football here at the Elimination Final.
Must have been
Bell
cold.
Post Hill 11-7-73.
That's all they do. They just go for runs, don't they?
They lead 12 points over Werribee Central's 9-7-61, and it is a very fiery third quarter, Stuart Scott.
Justifying his payments, I think, Jason.
Look at him. It's done a thing. Unbelievable. Back in the centre. Illick and Vilchins.
Letting his pencil.
Vilchins, left hand towards Matheson on hands and knees. Worked hard there, the big man. Goes back to Spicer, wrapped up by Feldman and Jurek. Coming off the half-back flank, Cunningham got one high, free kick.
Right, good call.
Yeah, you were waiting for that, weren't you, Ronnie?
Yeah. And
Ducked his head, did he?
Tried to run the field.
All right. Oh, Nathan Lewis can't take the mark. Adrian Hart, Cossack right next to him. Kick towards centre half foot. Oh, Matty Lewis went for the kick off the ground. Probably should have tried to pick it up.
Gee,
Lewis, good
handball would've
smother.
been nice.
Good smother. Christensen, Cameron Carr there goes. Wide. Oh, look at this. They've got three. They could raffle it. They do. Lewis at half back. Shepherded by Cossack.
Yeah,
Bit of
well
time
done.
to set something up. Going to go towards Cookie. There he is over the back. Looky!
Here comes Cookie!
That's what they need from the coach. That was a good double act there too, Ronnie. I like that.
If someone's got to get down there with Vilsons and take him away from there. I mean,
Someone
this
short
is-
now. Tommy's Veljak. Wally, what good boy, Walt.
Cookie won't make the distance here, so it's going to become a contest in the square, and you'll probably find it'll be rushed behind.
Goes through now. Cook goes long. Yep, there's in front.
That's a pretty good call.
There's a coach for you again.
Wanger.
Stewie Scott Pickett.
Thanks,
Vilchins goes wide towards Darlow, but too wide on this occasion. Out of bounds on the full. And did you pick that, Stewie? Feldman with the free kick.
Hey, you'll kick this.
Oh, jeez. You are confident, aren't you? Feldman on the boundary line. He's kicked three. He's been moved into the midfield.
He's kicking from about
He'll get
40.
the distance if he has a go.
He's kicking from
Yeah,
45.
which is going to be his problem. I still think that Wally's got that away. I still think we need to probably put it to the front of the square and give ourselves a realistic chance rather than hand the ball back to Werribee Centrals with a rush behind.
Okay, good call. Well, he's going to have a go at him. Troy Feldman.
Brett
I
Feldman.
tell you, did I say Troy?
Yes, you did. He's here today too.
Hey, the extra one. Barassi's done it again. He's called it. Oh, clear.
He's here today, actually, Troy, watching his brother.
Well done. Sorry, Brett.
And would be pretty impressed with what he sees, I think.
A couple of moves that have been made. I mean, Cookies didn't have a lot of the ball at all in the first half. I mean, he's probably only had one touch there, but it was an important one. It's giving them something to look to on the forward line. Feldman moving up the ground. He's had a couple of touches.
I think that little blue with Tommy Veljak too, tantalising in the pockets, just sort of inspired them on a bit.
It's not like Tommy to inspire the Panthers, is it?
Now,
Does it all the
I'm gonna buy
time.
him a beer too on Monday night. Don't you worry about
you
that.
will be, too. Back in the centre, Vilchins, and, well, in the end it goes Jurek and Hannessy through Darlow. Tries to tap it to the advantage of Matheson, but in front, Batty, left foot, kick towards centre half forward. Buck, well trapped. In front of Cook there, goes long, back towards centre half forward. Matheson up, can't take the mark.
Spicer,
Well roved. Spicer gives it at the front of the pack to Buchanan, runs inside 50, goes with the
That's
right
a goal.
boot, and the quickest reply you can ever see. And good kick, Buchanan.
Just watching there, Brad Spicer, he was going to sort of wait to the back of the pack and he worked his way to the front of it. He didn't have an opponent at the time and he stuck to the base. He gets to the front of the pack. The ball was brought down forward and the resulting goal came through his clever play.
Well, we have a real ripper here this afternoon. And let's have a look at the time clock. Time clock showing 20 minutes gone of this third and vital quarter. Werribee Centrals, they've kicked their, let's have a look, fourth goal for the term. They're 10-7-67. They trailed Bell Post Hill, who've just stopped a little, 12-7-79. They've only kicked 2-1 for the term against 4-1.
Back in the centre, Vilchins takes it out of the ruck too. Gets the right foot towards centre half forward. Buchanan behind, running on Luddick and also Barry Delaney. Barry Delaney gets away, runs into goal and puts it straight through the middle.
Hesitation, Cameron Carr and Nathan Lewis, or Matthew Lewis.
And 2 goals in a minute. Makes it 11-7-73. Bell Post Hill 12-7-79. A goal the difference here in the elimination final.
It's been the difference. You know, each time Centrals have sort of gone forward, they've got results from it. Bell Post still sort of pepper away, get 1 or 2 from 9 or 10 opportunities, and it's a game of making the most of your opportunities, especially when you are behind. And Werribee Centrals have definitely done that this quarter.
Certainly have.
Veljak in the middle now with Illick and Feldman and Jurek. Bartolo having a rest in the forward pocket. Vilchins and Illick now. Vilchins up and starting to dominate in the middle. Coming out, Lewis from half back. Good play, avoids and goes towards centre half forward. Wall takes a good mark on the chest. Safe as houses. And Dennis Cunningham trying to claim the mark, but
I couldn't believe he came out with the ball.
I thought Wally had it.
so Wall just inside the centre square. Stosic to give him the lead. He goes there now. It's wide. Lewis and Stosic. Great kick.
Yeah.
Great kick from Wall. Just pushed it in front of Stosic. And the big man who has...
Have a go at it.
He should kick it.
Yeah, hasn't kicked a goal yet
Have a
this
go.
afternoon, but this would be a quick reply for Bell Post. Still, they're going for goal if he can push this through. He runs inside now and goes and has hit the post. And one behind to Stosic. So Werribee Centrals, 11-7-73 trail Bell Post till 12-8-80 on the Upco Easy Shop third quarter scoreboard. So 7 points of difference. Kicking by Buck is good towards Bernardo but Wall chipping in again and, well, the skipper leading from the front, which is what they need. He's got half forward.
Once again, Vilsons goes down there on his own once again. I think that's the problem that Bell Post still have got to address.
Wall now. Well, the secret is to just kick the ball over his head.
Goes back on the Dennis Lilly run up and with the left boot, poor kick, but I thought it was going to drop there towards Kosick, but it's Galauka in front and he takes the mark in the back pocket. Switches play to the other side of the ground, to the outer side, looking for Cunningham and Darlow. Oh, they raffled it and none of them had the winning ticket.
No talk.
Out of bounds.
Talk again.
At half forward for Bell Post Till.
7
See,
points.
Morley's got the job on Morley. He's picking him up now.
Big job there for Justin Morley.
Probably about a quarter and a half late, I think.
Filchin's in the middle of two, still gets a tap down to Hennessy. Handball to Buck, who's played pretty well this afternoon. Goes to half-back. Oh, Lewis up too early. Free kick push. And it's going to be Luddick. A long way out from half forward. And there's only 6 players in the Werribee Central's forward line at the moment until they all work down there. Luddick a long way up from his half-forward flank. And Matheson calls for it towards half forward. He goes in that direction. Batty in front from behind Christensen. Taps it towards the safety of the boundary line and finds it before Robbie Edgar can keep it in. So we're going to have a boundary throw in on the wing on the outer side here at Godfrey Street. And 7 points of difference. Bell Post till 12-8-80 lead Werribee Central's 11-7-73.
Now, Wilson's this time does the juggling act and does well too. Illick tackles it, but he's good enough to get his kick away, Wilson's up to half forward, out of sight of the ground. Buchanan, all fours, tries to get it out, but some pretty hot pressure out there from the Panther Park. And umpire said, give it a moment, we'll bounce down. About 60 metres from Werribee Central goal on the outer side of Godfrey Street. Time clock ticking away, just about approaching time on in this third term. Bought was by Upco Easy Shops. Now, Edgar, good work. Receives the hand pass, pumps it up to the goal square, but it's all Bell
Oh,
Post.
he's over there with Lewison on the flank with, is it Delaney?
And we see
Edgar.
now, Buffer does well.
Sure that Buff hasn't seen his brothers involved yet because he's still here. I'm sure if he does, he'll be over.
Well, the umpire's called play on, so there's nobody there for the ruck contest except
2
Lewis
rovers.
and Harton. Yep, they both go up through Spicer. Hanson pushes it out in front of him. Felber now with Lewis in support. Can they keep it in? No, they can't. And came off Hanson's foot, but it wasn't out of bounds on the full. Just
Because the umpire wouldn't make a decision.
Exactly. And umpire McMaster has said...
I think we've got a send-off here.
Yeah.
I think you'll find they're holding up play. I think you'll find that Lewis is going to be sent from the ground, I think.
Matthew, yep. Umpire
He's talking to
McMaster.
him.
Oh, he's reported him too, has he?
Yellow card.
No, yellow card, just 15.
It takes 2 to tango, doesn't it?
Well, if he retaliated, the retaliator always gets punished, unfortunately. They always get caught. So he's off for 15, which will make it...
You see Sean's
5
having
minutes.
a few words over there. Is it Delaney or Cunningham?
Delaney it is.
Delaney having a bit of a word with him, so obviously Delaney was involved in that. It's important now that Sean just concentrates on the next issue and tries to put that behind him.
5 minutes in this quarter and 10 in the next for Matthew Lewis to sit on the bench. Bounce, throw in there from Vilchins. Edgar wrapped up. Nathan Lewis, they're down to 17. Now the Panthers are going to have to fight hard. Goes towards Cook and Buck. Held on to Cook there. Buck to take the free kick.
Let it go, mate.
Let it go, Stewie says. Well, the umpire's made a decision on that occasion.
Well, we're knocking him when they don't. We knock him when he does, I suppose. At least he's made a decision.
Illick now, wrapped up. No free kick there, Scooter. Oh, just had the ball in the hands and then put it on the boot. Cunningham straight through. Good play. Attack the footy. Left foot kicks a poor one. Cameron Carr can't trap it, but he can find the boundary line.
Been impressed with his game today, Jason.
Yeah.
he's not a real flashy type player, but they can definitely rely on him, and he does use the ball well, and he set up numerous of their forward thrusts.
Him and Lewis on the half-back flanks. They're good little players there. Boundary throwing at half forward for the Centrals. Close to siren time for three-quarter time here. Vilchins and Illick. Vilchins getting on top in the ruck hit-outs. Carr again, close to the boundary line. Gets around Luddick. Then gave it to Lewis, but he wasn't ready for it because he got pushed off the ball. Sveljak keeps it in. Good handball too to Sean Lewis. Good vision. Johnny Drysdale. He's got Christensen inboard in the centre against Cunningham. Christensen takes the mark and sits. He's got Sean Lewis. Now he gives it to Cosick, who runs past on the other side. He wants to drive it long. The lead's on from Stosic. Getting back there, though, Adrian Hart. Galauka comes out. Can he keep the ball in front of him? Yes, he can. Good play. Gets away from Bartolo. Got away and switched the play towards Edgar. Took the mark against Johnny Drysdale. He's got runners everywhere. One of them's Morley inside. It goes to him now. Left foot kick by him towards centre half forward. Barry Delaney. Over the back. Spicer. Play on now. Gets around on his right boot. Open goal square. And he's kicked the goal.
We have a ball game, gentlemen. Brad Spicer kicks his first and 12th goal for the Centurions.
Critical turnover there. Mick Galauka, excellent there coming out of the back line. He's had a good game. Just goes to show when Belpo still had the run there, and it's been the story there for us. They've gone to the forward line on a few times, and the times they haven't got the best opportunity out of it, or got the success that should have been rewarded with the run that came from the back line. Chris had done the hard work to provide the option down the centre, and they set up in the forward line and bang it straight back into Werriby's forward line. They get a goal, so it puts pressure on the blokes who want to be playmakers in the back line if the ball turns over up the other end of the ground.
It's 12-7-79 Werribee Central's bell post still 12 at 87 goals to 2.
We've got a ball problem.
7 goals to 2 in this third term. Werribee Central's.
What do they do in this situation here, boys? Is it a bit like cricket where they bring 30 balls out and they try and get one in the same condition, or
just get a new one?
Just get a new one.
Get a new one. No mucking around. Just get the new one.
I think the kids down the other end of swap.
They did too. They'd swap the footy, trying to keep the sharing.
If that was the case in Test cricket, there'd be a bit of ball tampering. I think we give away the 130 over ball for a brand new one.
I think you would too. So I'll point the difference in the elimination final. Close to siren time for three-quarter time. Well, stick with us. We've got the close one. In fact, it's the only game, so it doesn't matter. Vilchins over the top of the ball. Free kick, is it? Too high.
Holding the ball.
Okay, well, the umpire says no.
If Tommy Sveljak can get too high on Wilson's dropped his head. Has to have.
Vilchins from the centre now. Goes along towards Matheson and Batty over the back. Scooter. Good play by him at half back. Goes wide. 2 on 1.
Good option.
Drysdale and Lewis. And he measured the pass beautifully to Drysdale. Shepherded by Lewis. Now Drysdale to get back onto his left. Going to put Lewis under pressure, but he turns around. Gets the left foot kick long. There's nobody back there for Belpo Hill and Galauka.
Good hands.
Safe as houses. The little man takes the mark. Comes grandstand members side towards Hennessy. Nathan Lewis taps it away. Good play by him. So a boundary throw in at half forward. Members side for Belpost Hill. Point the difference, 12-8 to 12-7. The Panthers in front. They've been overrun this quarter by the Centrals. Illick in front. Vilchins, Sveljak, ping pong at the moment. Buck. Cook, Buck off the ground. Christensen runs at it, attacks it. Delaney tackles him. Lewis and Harton. Drysdale in there as well, working hard. Can't pick it up though. Edgar put the pressure on him. Scooter coming to Christensen. Sensational handball to Bartolo. He goes up. Stossic's got 3 against him. He tried to tap it on. He did so. Wall keeps it in front of him, then kicks it off again. Does it run through? I think it has. It has. David Wall! The goal of the year! Get your heart out, Eric Cantona! And David Wall has kicked his first off the ground from about 30 metres out. Sean Lewis shepherded beautifully there too to keep the Werribee Central's backman off the ball. And well, Belpo still back to 7 points in front. 13-8, 86, Belpo still, Werribee Central's 12-7-79. Apco Easy Shop, third quarter scoreboard. And we've been playing 31 and a half minutes in this third quarter.
Just about on overtime rates here at the moment, boys, in this third quarter.
As the rain starts to come again.
Yeah, unfortunately, but there's been a great quarter of footy. Goals galore in the third term.
In the centre, Drysdale gives it to Illick, who stands there, kicks towards half forward. Morley and Wall. Morley and Wally. Morley in front, on hands and knees. Handball back to Galauka. Bartolo got a hand to it. Then he wraps Galauka up. Does he? No, he doesn't. Galauka bounces off the tackle. Goes long to the wing. Christensen and Hennessy. Hennessy traps it, then gives it away. He does well, though. There's nobody in there helping him. Now it comes to Drysdale. Feldman in front. Stossic long if he wants him. He's got Cosick. Good vision. Hart getting back there. They both can't get a handle on it. Bernardo runs straight through. Now it's him and Sean Lewis. I think the youngster might beat him in pace, but he can't keep it in. It's out of bounds anyway, and it's three-quarter time. And Bellpost Hill, with that late goal, have moved to 13-8-86. Werribee Central's 12-7-79. At 7 points difference at three-quarter time. In that quarter, Werribee Central's kicked 7 goals, 1. Bellpost Hill kicked 3 goals, 2. The goal kickers to three-quarter time for Bellpost Hill. Feldman has 4. Sveljak has 3. Sean Lewis has 2. Singles to Mark Hancock, Nathan Lewis, David Wall and Jamie Cosick. While for Werribee Central's, David Matheson has 4, Luke Luddick 3, 2 to Slade Hennessy, 1 to Spicer, 1 to Delaney and 1 to Buchanan. As Stewie Scott will go down and listen to the coaches' addresses, Mick Foster for Werribee Central's and David Cook for Bellpost Hill. Ronnie, a good quarter from Werribee Central's, put them back into the match.
You're all set up by Mickey Galauka in the back pocket. I thought he had a great quarter, big influence, involved in a little bit of a skirmish with Tommy Sveljak. Initially, Bellpost Hill seemed to be able to settle after that little bit of a skirmish, kicked those couple of goals, but damage was done. They'd kicked 4, I think, up at that point in time, Werribee, and they were able to steady again and get a couple of good goals late in the term, and only be 7 points down. And after trailing by 30 points at half time, great quarter of football from the Werribee side.
So 13-8-86 Bellpost Hill, Werribee Central's 12-7-79. It's 7 points of difference in this elimination final between Bellpost Hill and Werribee. We'll be back with all the final quarter action after this on Guest Video.